Okay, so today we are in this energy that I think it's been like 167 years or something that we've had these transits that are in the sky right now. So it's all about what's going on with Neptune and Jupiter and the sun and all of the energies that are here for us right now. So what these transits, the signs that they are on the signs that are being really affected are Taurus and Pisces. Okay. So where that is in your own astrological chart, that house is going to be, it's a reset point for everything, but that house is where you're going to be affected the most. Okay. And if you're on with me live, I can't see you because I'm looking at my screen. It's got my notes on it. So I'm looking at that. I'm looking at my inside world and I'm not seeing the live world right now. I'm in my inner live world. Okay, so that's what's going on. So I wanted to let you all know because the energy that's here right now on this weekend and like all the way till Tuesday, but the whole week, but really like what happened this morning at 5 a.m. It's like a reset of your destiny. So to me, destiny is something that's always, it's there. It's like, it's our blueprint. It's what we lined up with soul to come in and do. And some of that also had soul contracts with it and things that we were clearing off. Okay. So some of that's complete. We don't have to keep redoing it. It's like after you get the learning, you don't keep going back and doing it. Like after you learn to tie your shoes, you didn't keep going back to the shoe tying class. You know, you might have went to some kind of knot tying class that you learned how to tie more knots up in your life, but you didn't keep learning that after you got the technique down. So that's when we're complete. We have the learning, we're complete, we take it and we move on. So we're at this reset point to reset our destiny points and what it is we truly desire and what we want to bring in. So those houses in your own chart are going to be the ones that are most affected. So you can look all that up with the little Taurus. It looks like a Taurus. It looks like a bull sign. And then Neptune is like Neptune. And then Pisces is like this. Okay. So what houses that is in your own chart. And you can do your own chart on astro.com. And you have to know your birth time to get your houses. So there's ways to get that if you don't have it. I don't do that. I do it in hypnotherapy. I used to do that with clients in hypnotherapy, and I did it for myself for some own timing things because somewhere we know, somewhere our soul knows. I think if you're a dowser, if you use a pendulum, you could dowse out your times. That's just my theory of thought because somewhere we know what that was, where we entered into this atmosphere. So anyway, back to what this means. So write down, dream it in, do your manifestations, do your vision boards, whatever it is. You know, it's like we're close to the spring, and that's always that new beginning times, but we're in this auspicious time to be able to reset this for ourselves, where we want to go with this and what we want to visualize and what we desire, what our soul desires. So you drop in, do your meditations, journal, set your intention, connect to your soul and your future self that is connected to that ancient wisdom of your soul that knows how you get there. You know, you lay it out and say, this is what I desire to experience. You don't have to keep being drug around by your karma. You have choice to write your code, to write, you know, what it is that you want to do, because there's parts of what we do here that it all ends up the same at the end anyway, but how you play that game while you're here and how you get to dance that, it's up to you which dance that you dance. So you're the one that's creating that. So do you want to create it through struggle and pain and all of that, or do you want to do, you know, through the path of grace and dance through that and bring in joy and abundance and, you know, all of that into your life? this energy that we're in with this Pisces, and we're the Neptune's setting. Okay, I want to talk about that a little bit. Pisces is that God connection energy. It's the imagination energy. Okay. Well, imagination works both ways. If you imagine the worst case scenario, you're still using imagination. That's where free will comes in. Which way do you want to dream it in? What would you like? How do you want to utilize this energy and anchor this in here in Earth? Because Taurus is an Earth sign. So how do you want to anchor that in? Imagine what it is and how you want to anchor it in. And if you go off on a, soul is going to do its destination, and soul doesn't care how you do it. It doesn't have an attachment to whether you in this human vehicle drag yourself through a wild toad ride. Okay. It doesn't have attachment to good, bad, right, wrong. It's just an adventure for it. And it's all a journey. So you get to decide, this human vehicle that you're riding in, how do you want that ride to be? Do you want to know where the detour signs are and the potholes and which direction you're going to go with it? What do you want to imagine? And connect to that future self that has done this and knows the way to get there. Sometimes when I teach that future self class, it always surprises me that how many people are scared shitless of their future self. They're like totally afraid to connect to it. And then I didn't understand it because that's the easy one for me. And so I didn't understand that. And then finally, when I looked at their energy and I'm piggybacked to see what it was that they were afraid of, they were so afraid that they were going to create something so negative and that their future self was going to be in some, big horrible event that they had created with their life, or their life wasn't going to change and they were going to be setting in this 3 years later or whatever it was, that they didn't want to know. They didn't want to know that part. And it's like, we are the ones that change that, because every action we do now, our future self is like in gratitude for us. And we can connect to that part and feel that gratitude, and they can help us. They can help us connect to that. Okay. So I'm going to show you all the cards that I drew for the collective, but I must tell you, this is Lebanite, and Lebanite, it'll clear energies and it'll clear stuff in your field that doesn't need to be there. It'll also connect that Aja, that dreamer, in. It's kind of purpley lavender with the mica in it. These I had to get these off my pillow. Okay, I sleep with crystals. And so it's one of them that I use a lot to travel with. So that is a good Neptune stone. So Neptune can take you off into all kinds of crazy stuff. When you go out into all of those dimensions, you can get caught in, you can get caught in the whirlpool of it and go off in all kinds of ways. So you want to make sure when you're traveling that you anchor it in and that you stay clear in where you're going, and use this earth energy. So emeralds, I don't have my emerald in front of me. Emeralds are a good one with Taurus, and to ground that in. And then also right now with the synergy of what we're doing, obsidian, the rainbow obsidian is really good to clear off stuff that where you're ready to just go through it and make the next transition in your life. And when I'm using it, I've got a big obsidian that's like a big, black 8-ball size. And I put it at my feet, and then I use selenite in the center, because selenite opens up that central cord straight to that God connection. So sometimes I may have these in my hands or on my third eye, my heart, and then use the obsidian and the selenite to get there. So what crystals are going to do is help you connect to the theta wave of that's inside your to your God consciousness, and they take us into theta. Okay. And so if we're using them with journeying and manifesting, they can help you journey in to the places that you want to go. Okay. That's what they can do. So now I'm going to share my screen. I'll share my screen, and the cards today are reading how to utilize these energies. So here's my imagination. It's 41 as of right now on this. I'll make it bigger so y'all can see it. Make it bigger. I'm gonna move me. Okay. So this imagination card, see, it's got the fairy, she's got a crow, there's an owl up here. There's actually a face in this tree. And I'm afraid when I get my cards printed that face is going to get cut out. We got 3 gnomes here with magic mushrooms. This is a good time to actually do plant medicine if you want to do that. But you want to make sure that you've got yourself grounded with it, because you could have a really crazy trip with this energy. So any of those kinds of things that help your DMT to support you in that way, it's actually would be a really intense ride to do that. Okay, so there's a castle, there's unicorns up here, there's this field of all of these flowers. Okay, so that imagination is dreaming in the castle. And what is it that you want your castle to be in the energy of that? And then how to connect to the one that imagines. So with that journey, your inner inquiry would be to go in and connect to your inner child that has the gifts of the imagination, and to bring them into that sacred chamber into your center, and have them to show you how to dream it in. And if that child is wounded in any way, and that it's not using its gifts to this highest potential that it came in to utilize those for you, then I would do work in healing that inner child and bringing her into a place of her, him, it, whatever, the child. I'll just call it the child. Bring them into that place. The one, ask how old the one is that has that innate ability to imagine, and then put them, make sure that they are in their place of center, into their world, and that they're plugged into their rightful place. Okay, so I do that kind of work with people to help them with that. And different people, like I'm an artist, so I got a crazy ass imagination. It looks like I'm on ayahuasca all the time, but it's like your imagination, you could be the one that's dreaming in, because the Neptune Pisces energy is the dreamer. You could be dreaming in the next invention. You could be dreaming in systems for humanity and how those will be used. So this time period, all of that is open. Those keys are out there to be able to grab those. Okay, so what was the other one? Let me see. I don't remember what I wrote my numbers down, and I don't know where the paper was that I drew for the whole collective. Destiny, the destiny one. Oh, wow, this is doing weird stuff loading up today. And we're going to do ascension. I just saw it jump out as we went by. Okay, here's the destiny one. So these all have codes in them. So when I show these to you all, I don't know why that is doing that. That is got, this element, this is how I may do that part. That's not where that's supposed to be. How did that get way down there? That's supposed to be up here like this, going into her. There we go. It got knocked off of its place. The destiny got knocked off. You all watch that. That's how fast it can be. I just reset the destiny line. That destiny got all knocked down, and it was somewhere else. And I just put it right back up there where it goes right through her knees, and how to walk this path of destiny. Okay, so this is your destiny map. So what I was saying was these cards all have been downloaded with transmissions. So when you gaze up on these, then there's going to be like an activation and a transmission that if you utilize these, that can happen for you. Okay, so this is the destiny one. So it's got the zodiac sign in there, and then all of the stars and all of her infinite potentials. I said her because that little being kind of is a her, but it's got the infinite potential, all of those possibilities that were out there to anchor into this lifehood. So those codes are there to connect to at any time. And then as we do our work, on ourselves, on our inner world and what we do in humanity, then these start lining up. Like all those little stars are out there. Here's the book you're going to write. Here's the, play that you're going to bring in. There's the song. There's my paintings. This is the system. This is where iPhones came from. It's like all those things are out there. This is where remedies, healings for humanity, all of those inventions, everything is out there. Okay. They're in the different planes of existence. Actually, all of that is in the sixth plane of existence. So we can all connect to that. It's like that accumulated knowledge is out there for us to connect into. And you can bring that in, align it, and then utilize it here and anchor it in. Oh, that was the other one, was anchoring. Okay. So that's the destiny. So connect to it, connect to your star codes, and align those in. Let me see what number I don't know what I did with those numbers. Where anchor is. Anchor is actually a self-portrait. It was a self-portrait of me that I did, and I got that she was the one that's anchoring this in. Okay, here's anchor. Number 34 is right now on this deck. Okay, anchor. She's the tree, is like out there, bringing it in. All of that fire, the energy, it's there. It's anchoring it into earth. Just anchoring it all in. Her path is in front of her. You can see this as this is her path in front of her, and she's looking down at the path to change the timeline. This could be the shadow parts too. I actually, in the original painting, you can see faces in this. So it's like the energy of that. And what is it that what is the shadow that you cast in front of you for your path that you're walking? What are you using in your imagination to anchor these codes in for yourself? Okay. How do you anchor that in? And feel that energy of that, what that feels like when it's stabilized. And when you take that imagination connected to your destiny and what it feels like to anchor that energy in into your body, into the ground you walk on, and what it is that you're here to do on this planet. There was a reason that when they called out, you came. Okay. So what is that you're here to anchor in? What are the codes? What are the codes? So when you're doing this today, in your imagination, you could meditate and call in that energy of Neptune to show you how it's here to support you, and the energy of Jupiter. It's the expansion. It's like, what is it here to expand into? What's the dream, and what are you expanding it into? Taurus is that Taurus, where that's out in your chart, that's going to anchor that in. The Pisces energy is the dream. So those are there together with sun, because there's an activation that's happening with the sun. What are you bringing in from the central sun? Oh, I'll show y'all central sun card too while we're doing this. And then you can pick some numbers between, I'm not doing the whole, I'm going to give you like 3 numbers to pick from, because some of the cards I haven't got. When I do this, when you all are giving me numbers, then I get readings from my own cards. And so I'm using that in with, oh, she's standing out. Ascension standing out. What was the one I just, oh, here's the central sun energy. Okay, this is creation. This is the atom. It's the creation. It's what we're bringing in without this energy, the great central sun. It's like with the light of it is what brings the energy to earth herself, for the all nurturing energy that she is, and the sustainability. And without the light, nothing would grow. Okay. So this is when the ascension sun, the great central sun, the core, it's like the energy of all creation and the beings that are there with that. Feel that energy of that. This energy, like I anchored it and activated it when I was living in Sedona. Feel what that feels like to receive that energy. So one way you can receive the energy of it is to do the eye open sun gazes. but do it at a time that's safe for you. I'm not telling you all to go out and burn the retina out of your eyes. You can actually, I do it through my blinds sometimes when it's really intense. Like right now, while we don't have, leaves and stuff, sometimes I do it through trees, that there's like a filter. But that when you do that and you activate that within your ajna, in your God codes, your Buddhic mind, then it's like, then it downloads will come in, and then new ways of doing stuff come from that. Okay. Pick a number between 1 to 5, and then I'll pull what the cards are. So you all pick your number between 1 to 5 today, and then I will decide who 1 to 5 is, and then put those up. I'll put those up. I think I'm going to try to do a little collage thing, okay, with them on it. So, and then I'll put those up later, and I'll give you your readings later. Okay, so pick those numbers, and then those are going to be the energies that are here for you to that are your codes that are anchoring this in. Oh, I said I was going to do the ascension one too. I don't know. See, there's cosmic rays. You can call on the cosmic rays right now. It's a perfect time to do that. So the cosmic rays introduced themselves to me when I was living in Sedona too. The cosmic rays are here to they help the elemental rays, like Earth's elementals, where they're so burnt out and stepped all over from humanity. So the cosmic rays are here to support us, and they're bringing in the new codes, and so we can connect to that energy and to the cosmic rays when we're feeling exhausted, and they can supply us with energy. Okay, they're the higher, lack of another word, vibrational energies, so that when this chakra system that we're in is going to be obsolete, and some people, when I work with them, it's like those codes that's not even there anymore. We're not going to be working out of that system anymore, because it was kind of set up for survival. And when we move through the heart, and then consciousness comes through the heart and not through the mind itself, then that's what ascension is. So the cosmic rays are here for us. They've been really anchored. They've always been out there, but they've been really anchored into being able to access in for humanity since 2012. Okay. They were really able to anchor in, and it's because of the work we as humans have done that they are here to connect to us, and that we can call on them to help us. So they're a higher vibrational frequency. They're more they're liquid. They're like liquid lights. Okay, and they're shimmery. They're like the metallics. They've got like the interference paint, which is the paints that change colors. So they're like that. It's the energy of that. That's the, and then you get the mama of the cosmic rays. She's holding the energy because she's a higher aspect of Gaia herself. Oh, there's the ascension one. It was the one that wanted to come in. Okay, so those are ascension codes. So just breathe that in. So we're going to take this energy right now. I'm going to do a little thing with you all. Okay, so breathe in and use your breath. Just breathe through your nose. We're going to disconnect from all the chaos that's out there in humanity. We're going to disconnect our own third eye from that, because we're the ones that connect into it thinking it has an answer. So we're going to disconnect from that, pull the energy back into your own, deep into your own ajna, where all of your codes are for you, and drop down through your host central column. And if you don't know what these words are, I'm saying you do. Somewhere in you, you know what it is. So just let the energy move through you. So we're going to align to your own unique ascension codes, what those are for you. So call in the one who imagines into your inner committee, and for that childlike energy, and it may look as a child, but it could be some wild painter. You know, you may have an inner Picasso in there. Who knows? It could, I mean, it could be anything. The one that has the magic dust of imagination. So call that part, it's a part of you that's within you, within your own inner committee. Call that in and feel it, the connection to it, to the one that imagines. And so we're going to align that energy, if you choose, to your destiny codes, your own ring of fire, through the central sun. It's like I'm seeing it thread through there and up into those cosmic rays. All of those colors of the tapestry that were there. Okay. So breathe that in. Feel that thread through that central sun, like right through your destiny, through that central sun, and all of those threads of the cosmic rays. And then bring that energy back down through your body and to utilize this to clear out anything that no longer serves, and to bring in this, it's like this infinite, I'm seeing those cosmic rays now, and it's like it's like a slide, this infinite wealth of knowledge that's there for you, and to reset your reset point in this time we call now, and how to ride that infinity wave as you step forth into new creations. So you can call the Neptune, your connection to Neptune in, and Jupiter, and your Pisces and your Taurus, where that is in your houses, and like how to take those and where you anchor that in. It's kind of like you're spinning the wheel and how you're going to utilize that in your life for the highest potential. So you can go back and do this and journal with that today and call in those characters to support you and show you what you've already written. It's not coming from outside of you all. It's like it's there. It's your book. And they're just your allies, your helper to help support you into your own remembering. Okay. I shut my Facebook down a while ago, so I can't even see it anymore when it was popping up all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm going to stop my screen share. I can't even see you all. Okay. So thank you. Thank you for being a gift to humanity. Thank you for all that you do. And may you be blessed as you dream with all that's here for you to dream into this plane of existence, and also into your future self and the connection to that. Bye. Thank you for being the gift that you are to humanity. Pick a number between 1 to 5, and I'll pull cards. I'll put those up. I'll decide who's 1 to 5 today. The numbers are going to start changing. So I'll decide who that is and put those out. So pick a number. Bye.